Real outdoor living. Welcome. Kevin Ellis, welcome. Good morning to both y'all, both members. Welcome to my two members. What was I coming back here for? I had a specific purpose for this. Oh yeah, zooming a little. Do that. Happy Saturday to everybody. Beautiful day. Birds are chirping. What's left of the bees are buzzing. Leaves are falling a little bit. See how straight that, oh, I missed a little bit there. So this is going to be skewed a bit. You could do a whole live stream on just practicing cutting with one of these things. And I could probably pare the rest off with a chisel. That's level probably if I get that down to that, and we'll check that. I'd probably take the bandsaw and put it up here and run it through the bandsaw real quick. Could also stay true to our hand tools. Now I had one of these left, but there would be only one post with this whitish. This is white pine, and this is Douglas fir. So they have a different color. So if you look at the rail is white pine and white pine. So I figured the only way to do this and make it look decent would be to take the Douglas fir, which this is clearly too short for this. I don't know. Oh, it's on the stud. Douglas fir here, and then another Douglas fir stud here. And I think one of these ends is square too, so I'll stick with the square end. And then we have some balance, like one white, one red, one white. And that's what we want to do. So that's my philosophy here with this rail. We're going to really work this rail, like, to make it have curves and make it have some personality. That's what we're going to do. So we're working on here today in Dad's workshop. That too, dropping stuff again. And we're going to put some little braces in there, make it look real nice. But this is scrap for now because we're not going to use that for consistency reasons. This was the one I was making a brace on. I could see the layout for the brace on there. And some of my blood. So something happened that day. Let's do 12 inches from that in there. Kevin Ellis, also a member. Welcome. Oh, you guys were already in here. Let me see if I can get down in the chat. Everybody's sleepy. I get it. All right, we got Carrie in the house. Carrie is here. Welcome, Carrie, friend of the program. Was on a road trip, I think, yesterday. Carrie says she got home late. We're glad you got home safely, Carrie. We love Carrie. There's a video where Carrie got my mallet on her channel. Definitely check that out. I love this. This is very nice weather. It's just so pleasant to be here. So happy to be here. Thankful to have all of you in here. Real Outdoor and Carrie and Kevin. Can't express my gratitude for you spending your morning with me. Every day that you all are here with me, I am thankful for. Every day that I'm here, I'm thankful for as well. Even if I don't seem to express that gratitude all the time. I need to remember that. Ooh. Every day is a new moment. Every moment is new. Yeah. Real Outdoor Living said me as well, Heather. The nice, cool nights are good for sleeping. I slept really well last night. Had a good night's sleep. So I'm here ready to get this rail worked on. I could say done. I hardly ever say that, but get this rail worked on. Get it to where I like the way it looks like. I go in and feel like it's made some progress, you know, kind of thing. Type thing. Oh, look at that. I'm off the line already, but it's better to be a little long. I'm going to switch to the rip side here. That side doesn't need to be as straight. This is going to be the tenon side. So on the other one, it is a bit more of a concern. I might need to sharpen chisels real quick. That is better. Oh, dude, that's terrible. I just dropped my dressing stone and it broke. Look at that. Don't drop those. Sorry, I can still use this piece. I don't drop that. Good question, Carrie. How tall am I, Heather? I'll let Heather answer that. It's okay, ROL. See how it still works? Just don't lose the whole thing. This stone I thought was done, so I was actually worried more about the stone than the stone dresser because they got oil in them and they don't want to. But I used heavy engine degreaser and I got a lot of that oil out of them. Then I dropped my stone. So that's it. The one apostrophe is feet, 2 apostrophes inches. I'm 6 inches tall. Heather, if you can, grab me a towel. This stuff is pretty, all of this muck and stuff is coming out of here. I need a clean towel. The sides of the stone can become really sharp too. Almost like a stone knife. I have not gone down to 1,000 here in a bit. We'll see if it works. Man, when that stone hit the floor, it didn't even sound like nothing. It just shattered. All right, I feel some resistance there. That's good. The answer is taller than Heather's last boyfriend, and that's all that matters. Hee hee hee. Lots of gunk in there. People popping off shots in the neighborhood again. I don't tell you all about that. Right before my live the other day, man, someone emptied a whole clip out here. Counted the number of rounds, so I even know what kind of gun it was. I think they wanted us to all know that. What did Wes say? They letting us know they're babysitting? Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Are you good? Anything else?
That's all for now.
Yeah, hop in the shower.
Okay, babe. Nah, Carrie, they're just busting off. You can't target shoot this close to a residential area. You gotta have like your own land and some earthworks. It's too close to be people with their own land and earthworks, so I know. Nah, they're not target shooting. Nope, nope, nope. Not likely. Definitely not. Carrie said they should not be doing that where there's people. I agree, Carrie. You should not be doing that where there's people. How's everybody, Carrie? How's the wife doing? Curious to Real Outdoor Living how that cabin's going too. Need a cabin update. Maybe I have to check your channel, right? Good, good. Heather B said, yeah, the town even put ordinances about how you hear shots, call them in because you're not supposed to dispatch near dwellings. That is exactly right. Or on right of ways. So, Heather, if you could drop a poll in there, that would be pretty sweet. I guess we need a poll. If not, you know. Trying to kind of correct this little bit of an angle on the bevel that happened over hand sharpening this thing over a long period of time. We got our two legs cut now, right? What we got to do is we have to work them, and sharper the tools are for that, the better. So we're gonna make sure our tools are sharp, even if they're sharp at a weird angle, which it looks like that one is. This one maybe. Let's drop these real quick. Real Our Living's talking about his cabin. He said, "Man, it's going really good. I wish I could have gotten all the logs notched together, but I almost did. I only have a couple logs to go this spring. I'll be building the cabin." That's pretty sweet, man. Love that like corner dovetailing that they do on log cabins. One of my favorite things to look at. The lap dovetails. Love those. It's the little things, man. Kevin Ellis said, "Spell check needed." Oh, I'm clapping. There you go. He caught it. I didn't even see that at first, man. That was a big gun right there.
Walkie-talkie, so I do this.
Yeah.
Harry asked about the device.
Oh, my chat doesn't move, like it
So I was
sits.
wondering what you were thinking about your device. I saw one the other day, and I thought it would be a good one to get.
Oh,
And Realtor was talking about how long it's taking them to get them stuff done, and the shoots are there.
oh, sorry. Let me get up here to the top of this part. Shoop said hi, so I say hi back to Shoop. I don't know if it's Bill or Heidi, but welcome. Okay. Hi, Bill. Let me get the chat. It's just my chat is so much slower than y'all's. Love y'all though. Just give me a sec. Come on now. Let it pop and I'll answer y'all's questions. I don't know what's going on here. All right. Shoops is here. Welcome, Shoops. That's Bill. And I might have to go behind the camera. Let's see here. It's a lot, man, of years, I believe. I've been trying to get this done for about 3 years with clearing the land and cutting the trees down. That's Real Outdoor Living said that. Yeah, man, these projects, they take time. The bed, I don't know if we're talking about the bed. The bed's been, I've been working on this bed for, see you later, ROL. We'll see you in a bit. All right, so I like my vise a lot. This is not really a woodworking vise. This is kind of an all-purpose. This is more like a metalworking vise, but it really works well for YouTube streaming because it puts everything visible. So I highly recommend it if you're doing something that's you need visible. Also, it toggles and angles and stuff. The other day you saw it get loose, so that's one of my only. I got it tight again with an Allen wrench, so that was one of my only complaints. Was that it loosens a little. Also, you know, woodworking vices have wood so that they don't damage wood, right? But this vise doesn't. It has some clamp holders that come with it here. These actually are rubber, so they don't do as much damage to wood, but they can still mar your wood too. It's an IQ vise, I think. I covered up the brand name a while ago. Work IQ is what it's called. They don't pay me, so I cover up the brand. That's how I roll on that stuff. But yeah, Work IQ is the company if you're interested. Think it was bought for me by a viewer. I think Chardonnay got me this vise. She is a member, longtime friend of the program. Chardonnay, shout out. So appreciate her for that. CNG, welcome. ROL is back, Real Outdoor Living. Appreciate him. I spun his name on the wheel the other day. Got a chance to look at his videos and was really interested. I love homesteading and off-grid living stuff. Is really cool to me. The more we see this craziness in the world, it makes you want to retreat, you know, and focus on the important things. That was my stomach down. Sorry, y'all. CNG said, hey, how's everybody doing? Well, I'm good, man. It's a beautiful day out here. It's a Saturday. I love Saturday mornings. That's when all the woodworking shows come on, you know, public television. We're going to probably lose a lot of those soon. So it'll be just guys like me and the other ones that y'all know that'll be on doing woodwork. The American wood shop is probably not long for this world. Those ones like that I enjoy. So actually, Carrie, I recommend it's a good vice. At the end of the day, full recommendation. Work IQ. It is a beautiful day. So thankful. So thankful to be here. I love doing this. I wake up in the morning just excited, happy, elated. A sharp hand tool, man. I feel like a sharp hand tool can do the work of the power tools pretty quickly. Y'all know I saw pretty quick and haven't had the best sawing technique on here, but I saw pretty quick. I'm learning to get the chisels to that level too, man. It's just about keeping them sharp. There it is again. It is like the beginning of, maybe the beginning of deer season out here. Good observation. I don't push the chisel away from me. If I had a vise, um, like a jig, if you watched Wes sharpen the other day, Wes sharpened with a vise or jig, and it keeps and you got to go back and forth against the metal grain. I think it's it's his chisels are probably better sharpened than mine, but it would be slightly uncomfortable for me to do that. I set the bevel on the top and then I pull. That's how I do it. Yep. Me too. I like the tech too. I have nothing wrong with the tech. If I had more money, I would probably have more tech. You know how that is. But I also don't. I don't need a big table saw. I know tons of people cut fingers off and those things, and I like my bandsaw, and I can work with the tools I've got. That's where I'm at with it. Um, yeah, Carrie says she watches some people sharpen by going back and forth, and that is true. There are many who do that. The reason I do it that way is because I can set my bevel every time with my finger and put pressure down on it. The pressure you put on pulling is going to be different than the pressure you put on pushing, and you might end up with a angle. And I have that on some of my chisels because I've done all my sharpening by hand, but I've become used to it. This one has a big old burr on it. I can feel it. Lots of different ways to skin a cat, right? So don't say that too loud around here. But yeah, I was watching My Honey's Handmade the other night. Shout out My Honey's Handmade, really fun channel to watch. He's very personable, and he's a lathe, he's a turner, and he had a bowl almost finished, and he was asking the chat what we thought he should use to get this lid to fit, and I said, "Oh, belt sander," because I'm not a turner. He puts it on the lathe, and he gets the lid to fit in like 5 seconds. I know if I used a belt sander, it would have taken me a lot longer. But I'm not a turner, so that's why. So we all had different solutions for his problem because we are all different types of woodworkers under the umbrella of woodwork, right? He is very interactive with the chat. Heather said, don't let the cats hear you. Gary said he's very fun to watch. I agree. I think we got the chisels we need. Hey, this is Dad's workshop. Speaking soft to you because I don't want to scare you away. Make sure that you double tap that screen to like this video. And here's my call to action. If you are a fan of the channel, like the video, make sure that you share it with another person. That's how we spread the word around here. Bringing positivity to the crafting community. That's what we're doing. I know I'm on that edge, so I knew that was going to happen, but I might have to chisel the rest of that off. End grain is the hardest part to chisel here. Find my little mallet. It is pretty sharp. It didn't crush on the end grain, so that's all. You'll see it take off feathery pieces of wood when I do the tenons, but this end grain is not going to break like that, you know. Beautiful. Oh, Carrie says she has a story. Carrie, let's hear your story. Love our Carrie, so we want to hear the story. Carrie said, we have a van that has a ramp so the electric wheelchair can drive in. While driving back from Seattle the other day, I was hearing this squeak. I don't know. What may that squeak be? What may be the source of that squeak? All right. I think this line needs to be more like right here. That's not right. I finally think that it sounds like a mouse. Okay, that probably is a mouse. Did you find it? I had stopped and gotten some crackers and cheese and put the trash next to me on the floor. I know where this is going. Then I could hear the cell phone moving and looked down and saw the mouse tail. Ugh. Vermin. Nasty little things. Yeah, I would have freaked out too, man. I don't even like those. Ah, man, I have a story about one of those. I'll wait till Carrie's story is done. So did you kill it? Did you unalive it? The mouse? I'll leave them there as a reminder to their buddies. You messed with the wrong cheese. Man, these mice are getting aggressive nowadays, dude. And they even know how to avoid traps. Carrie said, I do not unalive anything. Do you call upon someone else to do that? I mean, there is some necessity for it at some point. That's right. In the urban areas, they don't even kill the mice. They have like a friendly person come pick them up and bring them to a mice rehabilitation center. What happened to it, Carrie? Don't tell me that you have a cage for it in your house. Maybe you should consider unaliving things. Just consider it as an option. I spent the next 2 hours in the driveway stomping my feet, screaming, yelling. Oh, I added that part. Stomping my feet.
Someone asked about your advice up in there. Yeehaw. Kraku.
Who asked about the vice? Mihai, this is a Work IQ vice. I'm not sponsored by them, so I covered up the logo, but they make vices. It's not really a woodworking vice. It's a general metalworking, crafting vice, but I really like it, so yeah. It's called Work IQ. You can find them on Amazon, I think. Work IQ, that's right. Yeah, I think this one would handle those mallet blows, but definitely a woodworking vise that attaches to the lateral, the long side or short side of your bench. If I'm going to give you real woodworking advice, my advice for the vise would be pick the right vise. The woodworking vise is going to give you more support. A woodworking vise is going to be like this long and attached to the side of the bench. You can stand back from it and operate with one hand, lots of stuff like that. So there are benefits to the traditional woodworking bench vise, This one works good for YouTube because people can see it really well. This is my rip cutting side here because I'm rip cutting. Heck, where's my line in there? There we go. Mihai, appreciate you. Mihai said, keep up the great work. We'll keep looking for some traditional vices as well. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being here if you're rolling out. If not, stick around and hang out and we'll chat some more. Feel free to ask You know, any questions that you feel like, I'm not saying you don't know stuff. Just ask any questions you feel like about what my setup is and stuff. I'm happy to explain. So what's the end result with the mouse, Carrie? Is the mouse living a free life out there somewhere in the world? Oh yeah. And it's getting cooler, so they're trying to get in. You know, that's the reason it probably got in the van. I assume it's a van. Y'all's, unless you said that too. My uncle was paraplegic. Is paraplegic. He's in hospice now, so he's passing. He's in the process of dying. But he lived his entire adult life paraplegic. He was in an accident with head trauma and neck trauma when he was 21 years old. He's 83 or 84 now, so he's lived the bulk of his life paraplegic, driven, you know, managed to work, I believe. And now, you know, now he's in his last days. So thoughts and prayers to my Uncle Clay down there in Georgia, and his family, my cousins and my aunt. But he lived a very full life, and they had a van, and we had all hand controls. It also had a wheelchair adaptability to bring him in any part of it. So like, yeah, one time they sat me on his lap while he drove the thing. It was pretty cool. He also took me on his lap down the. He would put me on his lap on the wheelchair and go flying down the street. It was pretty fun when I was little. Probably what got him into trouble if you think about it. Yeah, and in his entire adult life, I say he was disabled, like paralyzed, his entire adult life. And from the time of 21, now he's in his mid 80s. He's, you know, like I say, in his last days, but lived a very good life. Like my aunt took, you know, she's a nurse. And she took excellent care of him, man. She never left his side. I don't get most of the information because my family, you know, my mom, actually that's my mom's sister she gets along with the least. She has 6 siblings, 6 sisters, 5 sisters, 1 brother. One of her brothers passed away at a young age, my mom's. And it actually was part of the cause of all the problems that they have as a family. The death of my uncle at a young age, at 14, traumatized the whole family. So, families are complicated, man. Yeah, there's a lot of positive things and positive science that's coming out. Also, neuroregeneration, rebuilding neural pathways using certain fungi and medicines that they know are neurogenerative now, that maybe possibly can bring feeling back to certain spots and regenerate neurons that may be damaged during an injury, traumatic injury. Science is definitely getting better. here at Dad's workshop. We're gonna chat. I love that people come in and they're in the gallery, but if I can have 50 good folks that we can chat with rather than 200 people that want me to shut up, I'd probably rather have the 50 folks that will hang out, because I'm not gonna always shut up. I'm here to chat with y'all, and I'm here to chat with y'all, not the people in the gallery that want me to shut up. Here's what I got on my rail so far. Let me move this cup of water from my... I don't want to drop that chisel either. I'm gonna have to take out this these legs, so I need to make sure I mark where they are. Call this one 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this is 4. This is 1. No, it's the numbers, babe. You know, when I start yapping, the numbers go down. So I've learned that in order to build relationships on live streaming, you have to like accept that when you talk, your watch group goes down. There's a lot of people who want to go through YouTube and they want us to shut up and do what we're doing and them to watch. That's not how it works. People want to be heard, be seen, and be heard. Sometimes they just want to be heard, not seen. Sometimes they just want to see, not hear. If that makes sense. Did I not put a number 3 on here? Yeah, we got 3 here. Well, thank you. Thanks for this one. Is real tight. Whew. Last night I rushed getting that one out of here, didn't I? I don't want to break the tenon on the way out. It might have, the moisture, the humidity changes last night might have. Real tight, guys. What's the way I can pry this out of here without... I'd make any progress? Yep, the curve rail was fired yesterday and told to get its stuff and get out of here. Yeah, fine. Get out of here. Yep, while you were fighting with the mouse and on your road trip, the rail was ditched. Took a lot of flack for that. Bad Dragon. Is Bad Dragon in the house? Bad Dragon and all the others gave me trouble. What happened to the rail? All you had to do was try this. Yeah, I know. I told myself, I made a rule. I said, if I can't get in on this next go, if it gets worse again, I'm done with this for now at least. We'll stick with the what do they call it? Square rule. Come on, I'm getting it. There we go. Woo! All right, so note to self, number 1, sand that tenon. My goodness. Maybe we should just do both of those real quick. I got it out. This will be 2 or 4. We'll do this one now. That looks like a straight side right there. Okay. It's okay. I mean, I'm upset about it too. I wanted to have a curved rail also, but there were some factors that the gallery and the audience didn't understand, and that was that the thickness was not uniform, and that made more variables. The thickness of the rail, it had to be like a stair rail. The thickness is uniform. The curve varies, but the thickness is uniform. And so, like the advice Wes was trying to give me was valid, but it might not have worked because the rail was not, you know, made by a CNC like a stair rail, even an expensive one. They make them in the factories now. We know because we have a friend that does that. She works in a custom stair place. It's pretty cool. I would shout them out, but I cannot remember their name off the top of my head right now. Yes, it tapered. It had a taper, which I thought would make it look good, but it added an extra element of difficulty, you know. Pretty soon I'll be making a short about the stain I'm going to use for this. I got my steel wool and my apple cider vinegar ready. I'm also going to use coffee in some of these what do you call them, pokeweed berries that we have down here in the South. They're just weeds and a pain in the butt for most people. I'm going to try to make some use of them. That magenta color that they produce will add some vibrance to the color, I think, if it can hold. I know that stuff likes to fade. When I did a test on it, it faded a lot. Carrie said, don't leave it in there until you need to. Wow. You're gonna have to clarify on that one. I just don't. With reference to what, Carrie? I want to encourage folks to double tap that screen, like this video, also subscribe to the channel. We're nearing 2,000 subscribers. I'm very proud of that because I recall the days where I would have 3 people in my live stream, and one of them was a troll asking me why I had 3 people in my live stream. Like that, it's tough. That's how you start. And you have to keep going. And I remember telling them, hey man, you got to start somewhere. And I feel like I've gone somewhere from there now. But you got to be real tough. And we're getting towards that 2,000 subscribers. We've grown very quickly here. We're moving fast. Let me do this. I don't want to do the rip cuts first. No, I might as well. Yeah. Might as well. Let's move it down a little. Oh no, I just didn't. Oh, the joint. Yeah. And it won't swell. Oh yeah. Okay, Carrie's talking about the rail. Very true. Very true, Carrie. I should leave it disassembled at night, so if it moves, it doesn't get stuck. That is correct. You're right about that. Bugs are bothering me. I think the thing was, it was probably a little tight already, right? And then it may have, the humidity fluctuation probably really did it. Ooh, that cut into the tenon. That's not what we want. Not what we want. That line, layout line may have been a little off there. Get to the bottom of this chat. Yeah, no, Carrie said, no, just talking, not telling you what to do. Yeah, I didn't understand. I just needed you to clarify, but you're right, actually. I should leave it disassembled at night. So thank you, Carrie. Sometimes I have to read stuff twice. That is a valid suggestion, you know? I did feel something funny in there. There's maybe a knot that's messing with this here. This little tenon piece coming off. Let's hit this with a West mallet. Shout out to Wes Does It. That is his mallet I just hit that thing with. Now I need this thing tighter. Well, it's my mallet, but it's a mallet that he made and sent me, so I will take ownership. I do like taking ownership. Oh, look at that. Blowout. Hate that. Ooh, that smells good. Smells like Christmas. It has, and it only gets faster. He said this year has blown by. I said, Carrie, I agree. This is going to be 3/8 in from the outside of this 1x3, which is not actually 1x3. Right, 3/8 in. So we're going to put our pencil here in that mark and just drag the, well, it hit a knot, but also the other way to do it is with one of these guys. Because of that imperfections in the wood there with the knot, makes it hard with that. 3/8 with this guy. Shoop said, see ya, everyone, off to bed. Shoop works a night shift, right? And sleeps during the day. Shoop, we love you. Take care. Bill, appreciate you being here, man. Have a good day. Have a good night, I should say. It's a night for him. All right, so now I got that layout mark done. And what did I decide? The stud. So what I did was place the stud against the outside like this and trace. Pretty simple here. Now 1 inch from either side is where that tenon is going to be. So we're going to mark that 1 inch in with a ruler. 1 inch in. And then do the other thing on the other side, 1 inch in. Make sure that it's square when you do that. You don't want an off to an angle. Everything precise. Thing is though, isn't the thing gonna go like this? Don't they go like this? I laid it out wrong. No, but that tenon fits. So it's in the right spot, I suppose. That's the way the other rail sits. Now that's not the right post for it, but Dino, I knew Dino would be back. Welcome back, Dino. Oh, what I do yesterday? I did a stop cut. Now I got a knot here. It's gonna be really tricky to work with. I should have probably not even laid this out in that spot, but we gotta do a stop cut for real here. And it might not even help because of the knot. Generally, you should do the cross cut, stop cut first. So I did that wrong. Take your chisel and go to the edge of the line that's perpendicular with the grain first, so you don't accidentally chisel more than you want. Start outside the line, right? Or no, inside the line in this case, because you want to start small. I might actually take a regular bit and drill into that knot a couple times with a small bit just to pulverize the inside of it so it doesn't grab any other grain. Little trick that I picked up. Attack the knot aggressively. That's the moral. I think some of it is hunting out here. Must be the first weekend of deer season, maybe youth. Same thing on the other side. We got to lay the whole thing out though. This is what I did yesterday. I just transposed. So take your form here and make sure that you got your square. You need a speed square. You need a speed square if you're doing woodwork, guys. Oh, 3/8 in from each side. That's how I get there now. I'm gonna take my speed square or this guy, which I've already got set for 3/8, and I'll just scribe a line right here. Boom. Don't even need to worry about it because that inside square is gonna be what I could zoom into. Doesn't matter. Views are pretty low right now, anyways. I'll show y'all a little bit more. Lean this a little forward. All right, so what y'all see there is all I did was transpose the lines here, and then all I need is that square. So if I got the lines to here and I know it's 3/8 and I have my tool set for that, all I did was scribe the line there and there, and I know this is where we're taking out waste. So if you're doing this and you're beginning, definitely mark your spot where you're going to cut out first so you don't make them, and it will happen. You will cut the wrong spot if you do not mark. Oh, is it the afternoon for you, Dino? Snap. You must be overseas or something. Or in the Caribbean. I don't know. Way out in the Caribbean it would have to be. That's cool. We love our people from everywhere, man. We'll forgive that you're from a different country, you know. This is a stop cut. I need it on both sides because when I hit it with that Forstner bit, it's going to want to blow out and take the wood. I did that yesterday on my first one. Let me do the other rip cut. You want to go against the grain first here, or perpendicular first, so that when you do the stop cut the other way, it doesn't split down the grain. You got to do this thing very procedurally. Once people understand the behavior of wood, it's easier to work it. You're working with the easiest. You're trying to find the way that the wood can be broken down the easiest, right? And then when you build it, you're trying to find the strength of the wood. So you're trying to utilize two different opposite forces of the wood. The strength of it when you build and the weakness of it when you take it apart. If you can figure those two things out about wood, you can use hand tools to make everything like they did back in the day. They made beautiful things out of only hand tools. And some of that is lost craft now because we have mechanical tooling, but not all of us have advanced CNC routers, right? Mark Berryhill, welcome. So I get a little hesitant. I try not to go fast, and you see me jump a little bit at the end because I don't want to blow anything out. I'm gonna actually attack that knot here. Yeah, let me go right. Hold on, I'm gonna change bits. I got this little countersink bit. I think I'm gonna use this. So that's gonna go in there and pulverize. So why am I doing this? Because there's a knot right here, and this knot is gonna wanna tear away my wood. So this is one thing you have to do when you're working with cheap wood is watch out for knots and attack them. So remember, we do stuff on Dad's Workshop. We're working with conventional lumber, not furniture grade lumber. So there's gonna be a lot more knots, and if you don't know how to work around them, you're gonna make stuff that doesn't look too good, you know? So I had to switch my bit, an inconvenience. Dino says, if you're not subscribed, please do and show your support. Though I do think we have subscriber-only chat on. That's probably why the number's a bit smidge low, because people don't like that commitment. Free to subscribe. Maybe I can get one more in right here. No, I don't. See if I can hold it in place. That's good, that'll work. And we just go back and forth from both sides now. Very sharp chisel you need. I'm gonna go from where that knot is first. Like I say, I aggressively approach the knots first, and that way once they're out of the way, the other wood should be easier to work. And you notice the wood around it also is stingy, so even with sharp tools, I call it stingy when wood doesn't want to break for me. You know what other wood? Difficult. Difficult would be the other word probably. Some other words I got for it too. And if you think the hammering is really loud, it probably wouldn't be as loud if that knot wasn't there. It's just the knot makes the wood much more difficult to get through into tool. And then you can look at the grain if you were looking at it like I was right now and see how many different directions it's on. Raja is in the house. Welcome, Raja. Raja is a wood turner from India. If you haven't seen his channel, I definitely suggest that. I believe he's from India. I should never ask Raja. He could be from one of the surrounding countries. Not much of a prior, you know, prior. See how my vise is given before the knot gives? That's crazy, man. That's what you get when you work this stuff. Keep those tools sharp and don't expect too much. You won't be disappointed and you'll figure it out. Ah, my knee just buckled. Back end of the chisel, the back bevel. Sometimes that helps you get to clear the stuff from the edge. So put it forward like this with the back bevel in, and then work it down. And the key with this to not get blowout is actually just keep switching sides. And I don't know if some of y'all probably know. I'm teaching you something you know. But just keep switching sides. Don't take it all the way out. Kind of keep going until you got just a bit in the middle there. And it comes out easy. I'm not even trying to eliminate it yet. Kind of want it to come out in one piece. That's the idea. Let's flip her over. This is the knot side here. Still got like a rounded over lump there. You could definitely do this with a router too. That's another option. I'm not gonna get my router out for this. I am a bit worried about the tensile strength of this spot because the knot goes all the way to the edge of the wood and you have to assume that it has no strength. So this one might be tricky. These mortises are going to be all glued up, so we don't have to worry about like them dry fitting and how, like, some of the tensile strength is not a factor because it's going to be glued up, so the wood will be joined together. I can even dowel it if I need to, and that may be necessary. We'll see. Ooh, I just caught myself with that chisel. You know, that happens occasionally. See how that bleeds. I don't remember my last tetanus shot, probably a few years ago. No medical insurance, that's how it goes. It doesn't matter which one I try, right? I'll try both. Alright, so for that one, no, it's this way. That one, it still needs to be worked on this left side. Thank y'all for those likes. If you could double tap that screen, like this video. Subscribe if you're in the chat. You're definitely subscribed. But subscribe and share this with somebody who you think is you know, into this kind of thing. That's how we spread as a channel. We've grown a lot, exponentially, 1,000% in a week. So we want to keep growing. The way that we do that is by spreading the word. It's social media. That's what it is, not anti-social media. So bother one of the people you know that you might think might like it. Send them a video. And then you can, so easy nowadays. You just click that share button and send it to somebody's phone who might enjoy it. There's wood nerds out there all over the place. And people who just like watching craftsmanship to calm themselves. And oh, is John in the house? John McNally. Welcome, John McNally. Member, friend of the program. We will spin that wheel again. I'll feature another member. Let me know if you don't want me. If you're a member and you don't want me to promote you or say your name, you can just drop it in the chat. Hey, you know, you don't have to do that or whatever. Because anybody who pops in there, I'm going to embarrass you by shouting you out. Not embarrass you, but I'm going to shout you out. I embarrassed Robert G, but I did that on purpose. Hold on, where are we at now? Shelly Hines said, hello, I'm new. I have subbed and liked. I took building trades in school. I built houses from the beginning to finish. Well, maybe this is the right place for you, but we're doing, we love building here. What we're building is a bed. You can check out any of my other videos, Shelly, and see what I'm doing. Kind of like if you built houses, stick framed houses, it's the old way that houses were built that I use, the timber framing method of building, joinery. Not your standard framing joinery, timber framing joinery, which is the old joinery that they used before there were nails and screws and pins and fasteners that were widely available. They had those, but in most of Europe and a lot of places in the world, they were expensive and not accessible to most people. So they learned how to build wood on wood, right? Which is a great skill to have, let me tell you. So that's what we do here. We take conventional lumber that you've probably seen a lot of because you've built houses, and we turn it into nice pieces of furniture. In this case, this is a rail for a timber frame bunk bed that I'm making for somebody. I've been working on this for a couple months. There's tons of cataloged lives of me doing it. And people watch them, actually. It's kind of crazy. They want to see the process. So we welcome you, Shelly, and we hope that you stick around. Tell us something about you or besides your building. We like that. We like to learn about our friends. Right now I'm just trying to tease this opening, this mortise here a little bit to get the tenon through. We're just at about a perfect fit, I think. Just a smidge more. I can take a little. I'm gonna take a little off the tenon because I don't want to take any more wood from that support. So, making a judgment decision here to trim this tenon a bit. So the reason I decided this is because the support wood on that rail is more important at this point than the tenon width. And so I have to make a judgment call as to whether I'm going to remove more from that or remove more from the tenon. And as I told you, that knot on there makes that wood susceptible to snapping. So my best bet is to take some from this tenon rather than taking it from the mortise. Little judgment decisions make a big decision, make a big difference. Hold on, I'm spraying some bug spray on myself real quick. The bug's getting after me. Never mind. If Heather can find some of that stuff in and bring it out to me, that'd be great. If not, we'll just deal with it. Oh, they're buzzing in my ear. Oh, there it is right there. If they like me now. Not y'all, the bugs. I'm not going to take any more off. That's what we're going to do for now. Oh, it's really close there. I got some too. I found some, but thank you. Sorry. It was just a can. Norm's in here. Oh, Carrie with the super chat. I gotta go get my drumsticks. Also, Norm, welcome. Welcome. Plywood, welcome. So happy to have everybody here. Carrie with the super chat. I'm gonna hit that heart on there. Appreciate that, and the like button, which I appreciate y'all doing too. Let me go get my dowels. I'm gonna get my drum roll down good. All right, let me get my snare drum, do my little ceremonial super chat drum roll. Carrie with the super chat. It's the Poplar Dowel drum roll. It's very popular with my people. I don't know if you knew that. Give her one more. Let's give her a couple more. That was kind of sorry roll there. Thank you so much, Carrie. Super chat. Appreciate that. The ceremonial Poplar drum roll. It's very popular with my fans. Very popular. Welcome. Carrie just did a super chat. That's what that is. That's how we survive around here. So we appreciate that very much. So much. Thanks for John McNally. Saw him pop in there. And we got Plywood and Norm in here. Kevin was in here earlier. Don't know if he's still in the house. We had Real Outdoor Living. Another member in here today. Everybody's popping in, and that's great. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day for woodwork. Very thankful to have another day to be able to do this craft with you all. Ooh, nice breeze just came through. See? Being grateful really helps. Big W for Carrie. That's right, man. That's what Norm says. I agree. We are so close with this. Maybe I will file the inside of this because I see some roughness here. I might even chisel that a bit. I see a little edge here that I want to attack. Great way to start the weekend, says Heather. I would agree. It is. It is a great way to start the weekend. We're getting up around 2,000 subscribers, folks. We won't say anything till we got like 2005 or 2010. Because then, you know, people unsubscribe or they find spam bots and they unsubscribe before you. So you always have this little drop down, you know. What we are going to do is tell you when we're at 2,000, like we'll say we're at 2,000 even. When we are at 2,000 and let's say 2005 subscribers. I don't really care if it goes under. We'll get it back anyway. What? I'm at 2011. Well, then now's the time to say we have reached 2,000 subscribers. I should only almost do a drum roll for that, but I'll wait till the end of the program to do that. So happy about that. That's fantastic. We have met and exceeded 2,000 subscribers here on Dad's Workshop. Any other uneven spots? I'm going to try to do this real quick. This was the tightest spot on this left side here. Can't cross drum roll streams. That's right. I don't want Carrie's drum roll to get watered down by a 2,000 subscriber drum roll. Wow, guys. Thought that was gonna fit easy. Easy, like, all right, this is the process. You just got to keep working it. Like I said, I'd rather work the tenon than the mortise because of the support wood issue. Now I'm coming across the grain with the chisel here. Unless your chisel is super sharp, I don't recommend it. That's why you saw me paring away stuff like this, grain down. But I think I'm sharp enough. I'm getting a little impatient. Don't want to let your impatience drive your action, that's for sure. But you know how that gets. Stop. 2,000 subs is an achievement, says Carrie. Should I drum roll, Carrie? I don't want to water down your super chat. Everybody, stop everything you're doing. We've reached 2,000 subscribers. We're very proud of that. Very happy about that, too. I'm not going to lie. This week I was like, how close to 2,000 am I? You know, I don't think that much about it, but I do. I'm not going to lie. I don't need to care. It's not even about that. Thank you, John. John said, congratulations. We appreciate that, John. $500 of those subscribers came in the last week. Can you imagine? So when people are worried about their channel growing and it's small still, you just got to keep going. You got to keep going, because I was just telling people earlier, not that long ago, I was up in here building the shop, and I was live streaming, and I literally had 4 people in the room, and one of them was a troll, one of them was Heather, one of them was me. So how many are left in there? And the one troll says, wow, you only have 3 people in the room, right? And that wasn't the only time that happened. That was frequent. When you're at that level, you get that a lot. You get trolled a lot. And I said, hey, you got to start somewhere. And we did. And we didn't quit because people were negative. And we are here. Now we're at 2,000 subs. Last week, we were at 15 something. So we appreciate you. We couldn't have done it without you, obviously. It's you all that made us get there. So everybody deserves a drum roll. Some people that aren't even here deserve it. But the only drum roll today so far is for Carrie's $10 super chat. So we appreciate that, Carrie. Yesterday we got super chats from Mike and from Woodshed by Dan. Very, very nice guy. Mike's nice too. Just got to scratch the surface. Just kidding, Mike. Mike's probably in here. We love Mike. Yep. Heather says, we is all of us. You guys are integral to us, and that is correct. That is true, is accurate. Heather speaks for both of us unless I say otherwise, right? And I don't usually say otherwise, as that will get me in trouble. So Carrie's congratulating us, and Heather says, we gonna do it. And when she says we, she means all of us, you guys. And Carrie said, you are right though. Ha ha ha, still won't stop me from speaking. Yeah, nah, I don't want to stop her from speaking. I like it when Heather speaks. Got to 1 million views this week too. That was another achievement we met. Wouldn't have never thought we would ever have met that, but we did. 1 million views. And then we've surpassed that by a couple 100,000 since we did that. So that kind of demonstrates the growth there. But again, you know, YouTube is different than when you guys watched your favorite channels. A lot of those channels are disappearing because the people that run them can't afford to run them anymore. They have budgets and YouTube's not paying the same anymore. The ad revenue is not. Views are distributed differently. Algorithm. Ad revenue is not what it was. And so there's it's hard to make it on YouTube. Very hard. You have to build a community and kind of rely on your community for a lot of things, and that's tough for people. I wish y'all could see how well that's coming off right there, really evenly. Carrie said, relying on someone else for anything can be scary. You're absolutely right, Carrie. Yep. At the end of the day, we have to rely upon ourselves because we have to make it happen, you know. You know. Oh, I need to work on that tenon a little for the number 1 tenon. I'm gonna do a close up for this, guys. I agree, Carrie said, the secret is, if we just let go, it'll all work out. Yes, ma'am, that is true. Oh, let's zoom this in a little bit. If you uncompromisingly do what you do, and you are, you know, you have worked hard on it, and you know, I love to say that, although I don't know for sure that it's all hard work. I wish it was. It's a little different than it used to be. I think I have a video on that. Oh, that hurt. Clocked my knee on that bench. There's a knot right here. This makes this a little trickier. See if I can use the sharp edge to shave that knot. Yeah, we have a lot of beautiful birds around here. Carrie says she hears the birds. Yeah, there's a lot of ASMR aspect to this channel. I love the bird sounds and stuff that I hear. I have my garage door open so everything can be heard. I'm looking at the camera image. It looks like this shoulder here is a little raised. So let me read what Heather said too. Heather said, LOL, I used to have an old friend call me and I'd sit outside and talk and she would say, are you sitting in the tree with the birds? Because they would be so loud. Yeah, that's the way it is out here. We love our birds. They are. We got a good variety here too. I have thrashers. They look like mockingbirds except for they're this butternut brown. Such pretty birds. Love those. And then the different mockingbird calls. We got a lot of mockingbirds around here. A lot. One that particularly likes to make my life difficult. But I love her. Carrie says, working hard to get a goal is about dedication and integrity, but we don't have to do anything but stay focused. We are human beings. Hold on. I think she's about to say not humans doing, but let me say we are human beings, not humans doing. That's right. There is an argument to just being. Just be you, do you, and hopefully everything's okay. You know, we're blessed enough to have somewhat safe and secure life, although the recent events make you think potentially otherwise. Do worry about the youth a little bit. All right, let's try this one again. Norm says he's got some baby birds on his patio. We love those we love the baby birds. I made those bluebird houses on this channel. I'm telling you, man, the bluebirds moved into my first house within a week. That was set into that thing wrong right there. This is the way it's supposed to be set in, so I'm gonna have to work that one more. I see, I'm gonna have to work those sides of the shoulder. Well, that was stupid. Totally follows my MO. All right, so I know what I got to do with one, and I know what I got to do with three, right? Two. I know what I got to do with one, and I know what I got to do with two. And I was not trimming the right side of the tenons, guys. That was the problem. Now I got these gaps on one side. Oh, so stupid. It's all right. We're going to make it look good in the best way possible. If we have to wedge these things, we will, like mallets. I'm working on the angle, guys. Just give me a sec. There's a knot right there, dude. Right where I need to cut through. Carrie says, I got to get my day going, guys. Hope you all have a great day. We hope the same for you, Carrie. Thank you so much for being here. A big shout out and thanks to Carrie for her super chat. Carrie, big time friend of the program and member. And we are so appreciative of you. Thank you, Carrie. We will be back again. We're going to take Sunday off. We take Sunday off every week. That's just how we roll. But thank you. Thank you for the congrats. And we love you. We appreciate you. I hope everything's good at home and stays good. And your wife is making a recovery, so forth. And yeah, give everyone our best. Probably good to do a little stop cut there, and I didn't do it. All right, let's try it now. This is number 1, so I need mortise number 1. Yeah, that's a better, snug but not too tight. And I gotta adjust this one too. Yeah, all right, I know what I gotta do. Same thing. Norm says, every year we have a house finch that builds on a shelf out there. So cool. Yeah, I got to take those bluebird nests and empty out the nest out of the one. I didn't have a bird in the second one. I think I put it up too late. There's a specific design for bird houses depending on the species of bird. So, like if you want to build a martin nest, they have to have like 17 inches of space. They got to be way up in the air. They're really good for like the insects that are bothering me right now. They love those. Bluebird houses got to use a Forstner bit and cut a 3/4 inch hole in there, and that's all they need, and it keeps the other animals out, and they can get in. They can fly straight in. I was shocked. They moved into that house within a week. It's like they knew it was for them. And my folks don't even have that many bluebirds. That's where I put it, at their house. So it was nice to see a bluebird. They have a lot of other birds there. But no bluebirds. Everybody likes the bluebird. It's fairly even right there. Plywood. Plywood saying hi. Plywood's in the chat. cut. In this case, I'm just gonna use my body weight to do it. A little bit of tear out there. Let's do small scissors real quick. Switch to the smaller one here. Sometimes putting the file to it before you try to size the mortise will keep blowout issues from happening. So I didn't do that with the first one, but I remembered on this one. That is a bit loose. It's all right though, because it's gonna have to be glued up. And we'll shore up the height issue right there. That's nice. It's not gonna be a problem like it was on the curved piece. Let me back it out so y'all can see. And each one of these posts is going to be curved too. So the mortises are going through. It's mortise and tenon. Tenon's going through, I should say. And what we're going to do is I'm going to do this last one here. Should be difficult. I've got the tenon cut. So yeah, just got to be careful of size, and then we'll add all of the you know, the detail that you would want. Curves and all of that fun stuff. Let's mark this tenon as number 2. Tenon number 2. Little loose. It's okay. Actually can kind of see it developing up there as I put it up on the rail, which I will show to the folks later, I think. And the last mortise shouldn't be too difficult. I kind of takes you to do these things a couple times before you get them smooth and they start to look really good. This one was kind of the first I'd ever done, but I'll finish this project here because I like to finish what I start. And as we recall, the tenon is 3/8 of an inch off the top. So first thing we need to do is, this is really the way that it should be, but we're going to do it like this because I did it like that before. What's going on in your world, plywood? By the way, if you are not a member of the channel and you are interested in communicating with us on a regular basis, the best way to do that, become a member. We have members only chats during the week. Most of our live streams are members only chats. So if you're in on a live stream like this, you would have to be a member to be in the chat. Today it's just subscribers only, which we love our subscribers too. Taking it an inch from each side of the 2x4 layout marks. Double check the size of that with the tenon. And that looks about right. Now, like I said before, same thing, repeat, rinse and repeat. Take the 1x3 we got in the clamp and we're gonna lay out those marks on the other side too. Plywood said, been trying to make traffic in the house move smooth. Hey, just like you do out on the road, you do in the house too, you know? Plywood is somewhat of a, he's not the guy you want to cut off in the intersection. He's going to video you and expose you. You're going to be exposed on YouTube for your bad driving. So don't bad drive if you're in his area. I won't say where he's at. Just be careful. Just don't drive bad and you're fine. Plywood will not make an example of you. And again, we've gotten our layout marks transcribed, and now all we really got to do is put this 3/8 line that I've got with this tool here already laid out. It's getting cleaner every time, guys. There's the layout, and it should be exactly in the same spot as we are on the other side. And luckily in this part of the wood, there is no knots, so it should be much easier to get through here. All right, so first thing we did, like we did last time, is we go around and make a stop cut. And start with the cross cut stop cuts right here. That one wasn't great. You got to do this on both sides. Then we do the ones grain-wise, because they're going to split straight up the grain. So you want to have a cut there to stop that from happening. That one was a little bit outside line. I have to video something until I start making stuff. Said plywood, I agree. You got to just make videos. You know, if this is your goal here, you got to just make video, and you also can't worry about view numbers a lot. You just make it and forget about it and move on. All right, stop cuts on the top. And the other side against the grain here. Then with the grain. Make sure they connect. There we go. Now that we got our stop cuts, we can drill through. Want to drill through carefully, as slow as you can with the porcelain bit. I don't want to hit the clamp though. That'll mess my bit up. So let me move it over here. Now blowout, see the blowout came out, but it didn't pass the cut line. That's the key here. The fact that this cut line is here, stop that blowout from going that direction, right? It's okay if it blows out in there. Real Outdoor Living's back. And it is afternoon now. Another piece of debris here. I love my forstmann bits. I just got a new set too. I was really excited about it. Might be able to get one right here. There we go. This is as much material as you can get out of there preliminarily before you start chiseling and make your chiseling job easier. And as I said before, go gradually from both sides. If you have knots, approach those first. Same direction too. Start from cross cutting and then go to rip cutting so you don't accidentally rip out stuff. You can still, because now you're below your stop cut. So you basically have to continue your stop cut. It's something you learn as you do it over and over again. Start from a perpendicular to the grain direction like I just did. Try to break the material up. But definitely start, same way I did my stop cuts, the way I want to approach chiseling. Real Outdoor Living said, hi, Heather. How are you? Gotta address Heather. She's the important one. Me, I don't matter that much, but Heather's opinion matters. Real Outdoor Living said he is enjoying a Saturday because holding down the couch is easy. That's what I'm getting ready to do here. My next step is to do nothing for about 24 hours. I gotta. I'm not even trying to go all the way through here, just most of the way through because I'm going to get it from the other side. If you keep going back and forth, you'll avoid tearing out ugly sides and having an ugly mortise. To the best of your ability. Mine are still a little bit ugly, but you know, they get better as I do it more, you know. The hardest sides to pare away are the rip sides, the sides where you're going parallel with the grain. Those are the hardest parts to get level without messing something up. That's why I hesitate there, because I know you can rip a lot more out than you bargained for if you're chiseling, if I'm paring with the grain here. I've had that happen many, many times. That's why I'm real hesitant. You'll see me actually file before I go and start to do that again if I feel uncomfortable about that grain and what I might take out on accident. I thought I heard you come.
Yeah, the laundry. You saw that it's the other half of Real Outdoor Living.
Oh, it's the other half. Oh, okay.
Today.
Oh, all right. What's her name?
I did not ask. Just so excited.
Real Outdoor Living. I know the husband. What's your name? Just so I don't call you by.
Gonna die, so you're
Oh, I'm gonna have to go. What is it at?
It had you're at 20%,
Oh, okay.
but I don't know how long.
Yeah, it could have been a while. Sorry, yeah, if I misgendered you, so I didn't know it was you, not your husband. See if we get through this before my device dies and we lose our video. Give me a challenge. Let me get that file and give me it. Somebody tap that screen, double tap that screen, give me that 50th like. We just crossed 2,000 subscribers today. Thank you so much for that 50th like. Appreciate y'all. Where's that other tenon? Don't imagine it will fit on the first tribe. It may. We'll see. I probably have to trim a little bit. If I've had to trim a little bit off the front and back, that's probably what I'm going to have to do here. Yep, just a bit. Beautiful day. I can hear the kids playing next door with their grandparents' house. Heather said we made it to 2020 subs. 2020. We're just trying to hit that 2,000 mark today, so above and beyond our expectations. And we're so appreciative of y'all. So thankful to be here today and breathe. You know, just breathing and being here today, I'm thankful for. And thankful for you. So thank you for being here. You know, let's try it like that. I don't want to overwork it. This is number 3, I think, so. Oh, it's almost, let me file it. It'll probably go in if it's filed. Somehow the side closest to me up here is a little bit raised. It's buzzing in my ear, dude. Still a little tight. I don't want to force that. I did put it in the right one, right? Yeah. All right, just a tiny, tiny bit more work, and then I think it's good. Try that. Little bit at a time, man. All right. Well, that was the straightest stop cut I've ever made. It's the little things, guys. Y'all hear the kids? I love that sound. All right, see if we can get this to fit before my phone dies. Simplicity of design was my resolution here. All right, that is loose. That is loose now. Was it 2 or was it 3? Yeah, it was 3. So that's what happens when you overcompensate. Sorry, because all of these are going to be, you know, pegged in potentially, but all glued up too. And you live and you learn when you make this. This is my first time making a rail, and I just came up with this design. So obviously there could always be stuff that's up with it and wrong with it. Glad that first one fits tight. The other ones don't, but all right. And then they're gonna have braces on them too, so they're gonna be another piece probably sticking into the top beam running across. And then we'll, you know, they'll all be stabilized and plumbed. So we'll make sure they're plumb when we set them. And that's the rough draft of the rail. So then after that is gonna have to get, I want to add curves. I need to tighten up those top mortises somehow. There's a lot of different things I need to do. But I appreciate everybody being here. Phone's about to die. Numbers look good, y'all. Appreciate you coming. Thanks to everybody in the gallery. Shout out to all my members. Shout out to Carrie for the $10 super chat. Plywood, Real Outdoor Living, both husband and wife. Carrie, as I mentioned. Norm Hughes, member. John McNally, appreciate you being here. Shout out to everybody who helped us reach 2,000 subs. 2,000 subs gets a drum roll. We're going to drum roll on a rail. There we go. Appreciate everybody being here. Do the next right thing. Love y'all. Hope to see you next time on Dad's Workshop. We'll be back on Monday in the morning. And check out our other videos. Share with a friend. Subscribe, like, and become a member.